Imagine that it's the middle of the night. You're lost in sleep, or almost there, and you hear the sound of a Thunderbolt siren. These sirens were first set up in the United States during the late 1940s and early 50s for use in the event of a nuclear attack. Since then, they have been used around the world as air raid sirens or to broadcast warnings of extreme weather events such as tornadoes, especially in American communities. This is the sound of a hospitalized COVID-19 patient trying to breathe, recorded at different stages of their infection in March 2020, when the disease and the virus causing it were at their most unpredictable. At this time, there was little or no treatment available, and COVID-19 was significantly more dangerous than its current variants. All that could be studied were the effects it was having on real people in real time, as utterly exhausted healthcare workers struggled to keep up. For obvious reasons, the original video's description discouraged people other than medical professionals from listening to the recording. This recording was made on April 9th, 2015, when an EF4 tornado struck the home of Clem Schultz in Fairdale, Illinois, badly injuring him in the process. There is no human interaction in the recording, so there is nothing to distract from the raw sound of the tornado as it approaches and passes directly over his home, which was completely destroyed. The Cassini spacecraft captured these sounds from Saturn in 2002. The sound is of the planet's aurora, but it is also an effective metaphor for Saturn's hostility to human life due to its gaseous nature, freezing temperatures, unbreathable atmosphere, and terrifying winds that can reach top speeds of 1,800 kilometers per hour. Before the dive bomber became obsolete as a weapon of war, the German Stuka was one of the most effective and terrifying weapons of war the world had ever seen. It spearheaded numerous offensives across Europe and Africa, and its arrival on the battlefield was broadcasted by a bone-chilling siren aboard each aircraft, which terrified Allied soldiers and civilians alike as it zeroed in on their positions. This sound was recorded when a wildfire overran a house that was evacuated during the 2021 Calder Fire in California, which destroyed over 1,000 buildings and injured 2 people. In this case, the home security system of the home in question survived the flames long enough to capture a minute of recordings. With an estimated explosive yield of 50 megatons of TNT equivalent, a nuclear bomb, nicknamed Tsar Bomba, was the largest explosive ever created. It was tested by the Soviet military on October 30th, 1961. This is the authentic sound from the Russian footage of the test, declassified in 2020. The instruments recording the sound were over 20 kilometers away, showing just how powerful it was, even at that distance. Sonar was originally developed to counter submarines during and between the First and Second World Wars, and was widely used in the latter. While the warship using sonar and the submarine would both know of the other's presence, location, and threat, their next moves with their deadly armaments would be unknown. Each was the predator of the other, alone together in the deep, unexplored, and hostile environment that is the ocean. Wasps are something we encounter often enough in our daily lives, though usually only a handful at a time. This is the sound of a wasp swarm, a sound most people probably wouldn't hear unless they were attacked by a nest's worth of wasps, in response to a perceived provocation or attack on the nest. Wasps can sting and bite their prey multiple times, and some species can remember individual faces, making this sound all the more malevolent and disturbing. Every year, dozens of deaths are reported from wasp stings. This is a recording of a patient with whooping cough, a disease caused by the pertussis bacterium, which kills hundreds of thousands of people every year. Despite the ferocity of the coughing, perhaps the most disturbing part of the recording is the high-pitched whooping sound between coughing fits, from which the disease gets its name. The patient desperately tries to suck in as much oxygen as possible between coughing fits, creating the characteristic whoop sound, before the oxygen is depleted almost instantly by the next unstoppable round of coughing. The cough is so fierce that it can cause choking, vomiting, and even broken ribs.